Good morning. Today we're going to work on Guided Class Practice 111A. And let's first start with our date. Draw a 1 3/4 inch line segment. Make it 1/4 inch longer. How long is it now? So if I turn my ruler to the inch side, and I'm going to go a little bit above my dot so that my lines of my ruler aren't over the direction, so it'll be a little bit easier for you to see. So I'm going to go a little bit higher. So I'm gonna, okay, so I lined up right above my dot, and here is 1 inch, and here's 1 1/4, 1/2, 1 3/4, so I'm gonna put a dot there, okay, and if I add another 1/4 inch, that will give me 2 inches. Because how many quarters are in an inch? 4. The same as 4 quarters are in a dollar. Okay, and now I'm going to draw my line, which I'm going to pass for right now because I can't hold my camera and draw my line. But I do know that it is going to be 2 inches long. But I still want you to draw your line on your paper. Okay, number 1, Serena babysits for 3 hours each Saturday morning. How many hours will Serena babysit in 4 weeks? Well, our groups would be the 4 weeks. So I'm going to use my button so that I can show you. So I would do an array with 4 going down because those are my groups, the 4 weeks. And I babysit 3 hours each of those weeks. So if I put 3 buttons by each one of those weeks, then I would have 3, 6, 9, 12. So my number sentence would be 4, because that was my groups, times, or groups of, 3 hours equals 12 hours. Okay, and so my answer is 12 hours. Okay, which lines are parallel? Well, if I look over here at my little drawing of lines, parallel are lines that run alongside each other and are the same distance from here to here as they are from here to here. They never get closer to each other. So I would say that lines W and Z are parallel to each other. So we will put W and Z. And then it says, which lines are perpendicular? Well, if you remember, one of the rules of perpendicular is where the line intersects, you have to have a right angle, which is 90 degrees. And right here are our 90-degree angles. So why is Y not perpendicular? Because this is less than 90 and this is more than 90. So the Y is not perpendicular, okay? And how do I know what is a right angle? Well, if I were to take a piece of paper, a corner of a piece of paper would fit at a right angle. So that is a right angle, okay? So it would be W and X are perpendicular, and Z and X are perpendicular. Okay. Carla was born in 1995. How old is she this year? Well, we could set this up as a subtraction problem. We are in the year 2020. And if we subtract the year she was born, which was 1995, okay, we can't take 5 away from 0, so we're going to borrow. So make the 2 a 1, and now the 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. And again, I can't take 9 away from 1, so I gotta borrow. And the 0 becomes a 9. And the 2 becomes a 1. Because since I was a 0, I have to go one more space over. So my 1 is an 11. So 11 minus 9 is 2. And 9 minus 9 is 0. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So it'd be 25. So she'd be 25 years old. Okay, on number 3 it says draw candies to find each answer. And to represent candies, we're just going to draw a little black dot. So half of 18, this is what we did earlier on our lesson worksheet. So what you put on one side, you must put on the other side. So we're going to draw little dots to represent candies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, now we got to count those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So half of 18 is 9. And we're going to do the same thing for 1/3 of 15. So what we put in one space, we must put in the others as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. Which picture shows 4 children will share 20 cookies? Well, let's first start with, let's make our number sentence so that we know which one would match. So 4 children would be my groups. So 4 groups of blank equal 20. Well, what times 4 would equal 20? Well, I notice that this ends in a 0. So I'm going to assume that this is a multiple or a factor of, that I can multiply 4 times 5 to equal 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yes, and I was right. So 5. Because if we remember back, anything that is multiplied by 5, or when we count by 5s, they will end in a 5 or a 0. And so that was kind of my hint. Okay, so if I look, because 4 is my first number, I know that this must go down in my array. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that one does. And does it have 5 across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they all have the correct number of cookies. However, now we're looking at how they divided it. Well, this one looks like they divided it for 2 people to share, and I don't think that's accurate because we're looking for 4 children are going to share. So let's cross off C. Okay, now we're down to A and B, and this is, well, which way would we correctly do an array if we had a number sentence of 4 times 5? This number, remember the first number, the groups of, is always going to be your rows. So, is this rows or is this the rows? Okay, I would say that B is the correct one because this one is actually in rows. It has the 4 groups in the rows, okay? This one is not correct. So we're going to cross off A, and it would be B. How many cookies will each child have? Well, we talked about that. Each child would have 5. 5 cookies. Okay. Find the answers. 5 times 2,000. Well, what's 5 times 2 is 10. And then add 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. On the next one, 3 times 8 is 24. And I'm going to add 2 zeros. So 2,400. Okay. On the last 2, we have to set these up as a subtraction problem. So 100 minus 381. Okay. I can't take 1 away from 0, so I gotta borrow, and I gotta borrow this and make the next one a 9 and make the 8 a 7. Because remember, you always have to borrow 1 past that 0. So my first 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 1, 9. 9 minus 8, 1. And 7 minus 3, 4. $419. Okay, my next one, for 368 minus, now remember, this is only 2 digits, and we had 3 on top. So make sure that you line them up. So my 9 is going to go, my 9 is going to go under my 1, under my 6, and my 1 is going to go under my 8. Sorry, I had to hold my paper. It was sliding. Okay, so 8 minus 1 is 7. I can't take 9 away from 6, so my 3 becomes a 2, and my 6 now becomes 16. Sorry, my paper's sliding. 16. So 16 minus 9 is 7, and bring down 2 minus nothing is 2. So $277. Okay. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Good luck and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.